Good morning. Happy Wednesday. It is June the 10th, right? I don't know. Yes, June the 10th. I haven't given the date, but I didn't yesterday. It's 72 degrees again. 95% humidity. And I'm just not messing with the hair. I'm just pulling it up and all that good stuff. I got on my Taylor Swift look today with my ruffly dress or puffy sleeve dress, and it does have a ruffle at the bottom. It's showing cleavage and all that good stuff that a 66-year-old woman shouldn't show. And I'll get to my point on that in a minute. And, you know, it's overcast right now, cloudy, but the sun's supposed to come out. As you know, it's supposed to get hot. It's supposed to get really hot Thursday and Friday. Whatever. It won't last. That's all I keep telling myself. It won't last. Alright. What are we going to talk about? What you want to talk about? Well, I got something I want to say. And I know it's going to be controversial. But, you know, I guess that's what I'm here for. I don't know. Some of you may disagree with me. And, you know, it's all right if you disagree with me. Or, you know, as I said before, respectfully disagree with me, fine. But y'all know, I really feel like, you know, somebody would say, well, you're a baby boomer, you know, or, you know, you're the Jones, whatever, generation, and whatever it is. And it was because I was born at the end of the 50s, really going into the 60s. I mean, I became of age, I feel like, more in the early 80s. I mean, when I really say of age, I mean when I really started getting into music. You know, there was music I loved in the 70s, but when I really started listening to lyrics and, you know, enjoyed life, went out dancing, all that good stuff, not to pick up a man, just to go out dancing, was in the 80s. You know, that's when I would drive around with the windows down, playing the music loud. I didn't do that in the 70s. You know, I just didn't, because I felt more free. I had my own money in the 80s and all that good stuff. I'm going to leave the air going right now. And I'm sorry if it bothers you. Anyway, so I can remember almost to the minute, and some people remember makeup that I watched that they wore in the 80s or whenever. I remember wearing makeup. I can tell you I wore a brand of makeup, but as far as the color, I didn't care. If I liked it, I liked it. If I felt it looked good on me, it was fine. But I don't remember shades. But I remember the first time I heard Holiday from Madonna. Holiday. I can remember that just as good as I'm sitting here. And I lost myself. So I was a fan of Madonna. I had all the albums. I had the book, and I still have the book, and I still have the albums. I have never seen her in person, and I guess I never will, and it's okay. I'm fine with that. Now, over the years, you know, she, of course, had a family. She, you know, she did things I didn't agree with. I've never agreed with everything she done, but there was just something about her because I liked her because she wasn't afraid. She wasn't afraid to take a chance like I always am, just like I'm afraid to talk about this. I guess she went against the grain, you know, with the Like a Prayer song. It was just awful. And I just didn't get it. And the reason I understood that the words were not, you know, but I mean, And I understood the meaning when they were doing the video. I understood all that, but I'm like, the beat, the music, that's all that concerned me. But I still like the fact that she wasn't afraid. She wasn't afraid to be a rebel. And as she got more sexual, I kind of understood it. Sorry, my voice is going. I've been singing. And I kind of, like I say, I understood it. Now, when she got into the more of the techno stuff, and of course I was older, it's not that I don't like techno music. I do. But I just feel like there's a time and place for it at the club. It's not one that I want to listen to in the car all the time. Now, occasionally I'll switch it over there. And I know now she's still there. But there's been all this talk about her in Times Square and her being a robot. A robot's been a dance forever. Or a zombie, and they're talking about she can't move like she once did. They're talking about the outfit that she had on. And I thought she was very well covered. I think they could have done a little bit better to fit it better to her, but that's just me nitpicking. I didn't understand the stage part until I dug deeper. Because at first I thought, are they trying to protect her? And then I realized they're probably trying to protect her from falling, because she's fallen quite a bit. And also, it's getting ready to rain, so I have to hurry. But I also felt like, were they protecting her from maybe a possible attack? I think about those things in New York. Anywhere there's a big crowd. In this day and time. Can't help but go there. And then I saw when I started watching the documentary, but I stopped it, of them, I guess, filming the video. And I don't know if the video's even come out yet, because I've not watched it. I've only watched a techno not that much of her. It's not the scene that I see with the dancers. And maybe they're just talking about the rehearsing for I'm assuming there's a upcoming tour coming with this. I think it's Confessions on a Dance Floor Part 2. So I get that that's what they're preparing for. I don't know. I've listened to 3 of the songs that's on the album, which they all sound pretty good to me. As a child of the 80s, or whatever you want to call me. I wasn't a child, but as someone coming of age in the 80s. So, and maybe when I think of that, I think maybe I was just a slow learner. And why I didn't really come of age in the 70s. Only thing I remember 70s music, of course, is Elton John, who was my Rod Stewart, and I don't even know, Peter Frampton, some of those. Now, some of them might remember someone else. I don't know. I remember Stairway to Heaven. But right now, I couldn't tell you a bit more who sung Stairway to Heaven than The Man in the Moon. And I know I should, because it was the theme of my senior prom. But that just wasn't the music I listened to. I liked the love ballads and, Captain and Tennille, Neil Sedaka. That was the kind of music I liked. All right, now, we're back in the 80s, we're dancing. We're going into the 90s and we're still dancing. And early 2000s, I'm still dancing. I'm still the one that has dance music on their cassette player. It's starting to go into CDs. And I also listen to country. There was a time in the 80s that I was a country girl. But it was maybe a year, and then I just but I've always been a Vince Gill fan. There's parts of country I've always been a fan of. But it wasn't something that I listened to every time. Maybe in the late 90s, I listened to it more. But anyway, back to Madonna. Anyway, I don't like that people are putting her down. because of her age. Now, I get it. She has had hip replacement. I think she's had knee replacement. We know that she's had several facelifts and all that good stuff. So she's not going to move like she did in the 80s. There is no way you can expect her to. You know, everybody's talking like she should go home and stay at home and be a grandma or whatever. I don't even know if she has grandchildren. That's how much I keep up with that part of it. And I don't agree with her politically that much. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. So, but we're not going political in this. We're just talking about her as a performer. That's all we're talking about. Now, I've grown a little bit, I guess, up. You know, I'm not all too into the sexual endos, and I think there's a time to come to stop. Just like naming makeup products after sexual endos. I wish it would stop. You know, that was a thing in the early 2000s, you know, 2010 with NARS and all that. Now it's time to stop. Too Faced did it too. But it's still out there, and it's just time to stop. Anyway, and I know it's not geared to this 66-year-old woman. It's geared to somebody else. But the fact is, she can still get up there, and I know she's lip syncing, but she can still get up there and at least, and she wants to perform. She wants to perform. And my thing is that if she wants to perform, and I don't think she has to. I think she's still got plenty of money. Of course, she's got several children she's got to leave money to. So maybe that's what she's doing. She's trying to leave. I do think she's trying to leave a legacy for her children. And maybe her grandchildren. You know, my thing is that if you want to do it, just like I said, some people think I'm crazy for continuing to work. But I want to continue to work. I don't want to stop. Why should she want to stop? You don't have to watch her if you don't like her. Or if you think she's not the performer. You know, some people are comparing her to J-Lo. Well, J-Lo is probably 15 years younger than her. I don't know. You know, at 60, J-Lo may have to have a couple of hip replacements and knee. You know, you don't know. If Madonna got up there in this beautiful evening gown, all covered up, people would say something then. So she gets up there in a, what I call a teddy, a one-piece, whatever. And, you know, she's got it cut out like me. Now, I think she's probably, you know, quite a bit smaller than me. And that's okay. But, I mean, the fact is she's not afraid to do it. And she don't care. And like the song says, she's free to be who she wants to be on the dance floor. So my thing is, let her be free. Let us all be free. Let us all have an escape from what's going on in this world. And I know I'm going to get the comment, are you okay? Are you okay? Yes, I'm fine. I'm just fine. I'm just having a little fun. That's all it is. I'm just having a little fun, letting out my opinion on Madonna. I say, let her go. If somebody wants to pay $10,000 to see her and they got the money, have at it. Am I going to do it? No. And even if I had it, which I don't think I'd pay it, even though I think she's fabulous from an entertaining point of view. And I know most people don't have to agree with me that watch this channel. It's just the fact that I do. And, you know, I can go on my music. If I listen to, you know, Tim says, oh, his playlist. Well, my playlist could be Madonna singing Holiday to Elevation Worship singing Jesus is the Name. I mean, I like a variety of music. And I also like the freedom that comes from Madonna's music, from Prince's music. I'm trying to think of somebody relevant. From Taylor Swift's music. I mean, I'm trying to think of somebody that's relevant today in the pop world. I mean, she's got a new song out from Toy Story 10 or whatever it is. So, I guess my thing is that I love my music, and it's in all generations and all genres. And if I want to listen to Guns N' Roses in November Rain right now, and the next song I want to hear, So Be It from Elevation Worship, it's all okay. If I want to hear Madonna sing Vogue and all this, and Madonna wants to continue to tour at 67, I think she's 67 now, I don't know. Anyway, if she wants to continue to tour and people want to buy, people want to celebrate her, let them. Let them. All right, I'm going to work. Y'all have a great day, and I'll try to calm down tomorrow. Bye. Love you. I do. I really do appreciate you watching me. And if you don't agree with me, it's all right. It's all right. See ya. Love you. Bye.